For Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony Thompson. Aries Spears was one of the most recent guests on VladTV, where the Wayans family was brought up as a topic of conversation. During the interview, Vlad revealed Marlon Wayans' asking price, which included $40,000 and 30% of the revenue generated. Vlad thought the price was a bit too much for Marlon, stating that he doesn't think the juice would be worth the squeeze. Vlad would then go on to dispute how much Shannon Sharpe made for the infamous Katt Williams Club Shay Shay interview. Previously, Sharpe said he made more from the Katt Williams interview than he did any single year playing in the NFL. Looking at the numbers, Vlad said many users online called him a hater for saying there's no way that could have happened because he knows YouTube numbers. Today we have our Comedy Hype analysts Sean Larkins and Steve Brown on the show to talk all about it. Now, have both of you seen the video of the interview, the clip that was out? I have my own personal thoughts about it, but before I get into mine, because just the whole thing to me was just distasteful, especially being, a channel where we actually reach out to comedians, and just the love and respect that I have. But anywho, let me get into the comments, and I want to come back and get you all's thoughts. So someone said, when Aries said Club Shay Shay did the biggest numbers ever, I could hear a teardrop from Vlad. Someone else said, he still sounds bitter talking about Shannon and Katt. You gotta let that go, Vlad. Well, they said Vlad, but they meant Vlad. Lastly, and one of my favorites that reflects how I feel. And for Vlad bringing this up in public, I wouldn't even want to do the interview with him, period. Let's start with the reaction first. Steve, I'm gonna come to you. When you saw this clip in totality, what was your reaction to it?
The clip of him turning down the interview, or
of Vlad having the conversation with Aries Spears about Marlon turning it down, or not turning it down, giving his offer of $40,000 and 30%.
I think it was pure hate to me, and I think that Aries, he was just as guilty for entertaining the conversation. I mean, this dude is known for having interviews just always diminishing the character of black people, and for people to entertain it, I'm not with that either. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna interview somebody on what they're doing or whatever, that's cool. But you're talking to a black man about another black man that you don't like in an interview and making money off of it. To me, that's counterproductive to me.
Okay, what do you think about the price, especially being a comedian? What are your thoughts about Marlon asking for $40,000 and 30% of revenue generated? Honestly,
Symphony, I would say that's probably Marlon's you price. I don't want to do this interview, and I'm gonna set my price so high until you can't do anything but turn it down. He just probably not interested in doing it, and all of us entertainers have that FU price. You know what I'm saying? Sean's is like $30. Mine is is up there, but
Sean, I'm gonna bring you in because.
Well, first of all, I didn't do an upfront price with Comedy Hype. I do a back end deal, so I get residual checks for like $36 every other month.
Right.
From just doing these interviews alone.
Gotcha.
So don't count my pockets, partner.
And another thing, Vlad is counting pockets. Why are you counting another man's pockets? You counting pockets, and so again, I'm just not with the Vlad situation. Period. I think personally that Marlon Wayans and the whole family, that's comedy royalty. It is. They put so many people on. They've done so many things for the comedy industry, from sitcoms to stand up, and they are comedy royalty. They deserve that respect. So anything they ask for, I feel like they should get.
Yeah, or say no. Sean, let me get your thoughts. What's your thoughts on seeing this, and also too, what are your thoughts about Marlon's price that he gave Vlad?
Again, he probably didn't want to do it, so let me throw this out there, and if he accepts it, let's run it.
Yeah.
But he may have had some juicy stuff. You got to understand, Marlon Wayans has been in comedy a long time. He's been in Hollywood, I should say, for a long time. So I'm pretty sure he got some stories if he really wanted to tell. I don't know if it'd be Katt Williams level of interview, but I'm pretty sure he got some stories. And then counting what Steve was saying about Aries, you gotta understand that was the competition 30 years ago. Aries was on what was the show he was on?
Mad TV.
Mad TV, which was the competition of In Living Color. So who knows? Maybe that's still a thing.
Well, you still didn't have to entertain it. And again, they're saying this, they're bringing up the Katt Williams interview and this and that. Katt Williams is Katt Williams, and Williams and the Marlins are that.
I don't think there'll ever be a Katt Williams interview.
Okay, so it doesn't matter. But my thing is, they are still comedy royalty. Katt Williams is not them either. They've done so much for comedy, man. They have. So you can't really be trying to throw that out there either. You know. So
and I definitely want to get into that. I want to add to your point too, because who knows? You know, Marlon knew Tupac too, and you know that's where Vlad, you know, he broke the story about, or you know that's where they're getting a lot of the information where you know the Tupac's case was reopened. So who knows what he had? Like you said, who knows? He could have came up there and be like, man, on top of what you had.
Exactly.
Because when Shannon said, Katt told him like this is about to be the biggest interview because he already knew what he was coming with, and he did an interview before, and when you saw it, he was like real chill. He talked about some of the things he talked about on Club Shay Shay, but when he went in on Club Shay Shay, it was just like, yo, this is gonna be the biggest interview. So it's just like you never know it, like you said.
But simply, let me say this: what if Marlon did the interview with Vlad and he started talking about the untold stories about Tupac? That interview would probably top the Katt Williams interview. Tupac?
Or if he told some Hollywood secrets.
Man.
Hollywood, yeah, but as long as you don't bring my name up.
What if you talked about those secret Hollywood parties? And I'm pretty sure, you know.
Don't bring my name up.
Steve, you ain't never, Steve, them two parties you went to with Bill Cosby.
Let me keep it going. You know what? Y'all in trouble. Okay, so Steve, let me ask you, because you brought up this point. What are your thoughts about Vlad saying, like hearing Vlad say Marlon is not Katt Williams? Because I know I heard you mention, like, you know, comparing the two. How did you feel hearing that, saying like Marlon is not Katt Williams?
It was a dig at him, and it was also offensive because, again, no, Marlon is not Katt Williams, but Katt Williams is not Marlon. Marlon and his family, again, I reiterate, that's family. That's comedy royalty. Yeah. Nobody can dispute that.
Well, Katt Williams is stand-up royalty. The Wayans are Hollywood royalty.
They're comedy royalty.
They're not stand-up royalty.
Okay.
I think Damon is stand-up royalty. The rest, I think they're stand-ups, but they're not royalty.
I understand that, but
I wouldn't put them in royalty.
I understand that, but comedy, stand-up is a part of comedy.
It's a different thing, though.
Yeah, but it's a part of comedy.
What makes you say comedy or comedy royalty for that family and what they've done for the industry?
What they've done for the industry, the shows they put out, the shows they produce, and the things that they're still doing. Damon, he put out a special, and it was pretty good. You saw it.
A bunch of specials.
And they were really good. And then Marlon, he's tapping into the same thing. So they've hit every part of comedy there is, and then they put on a whole lot of people like Regina Hall. Oh my God, this woman is so fine to me. Yes, Regina Hall. They put her on, and just a lot of man. A lot of opportunities for people like Regina Hall. Let me tell you something. This woman is gorgeous, and she is so funny.
Well, let me ask you, what are your thoughts about it? Hearing Vlad say, Marlon Wayans is not Katt Williams.
Yeah, he's not Katt Williams. As far as stand-up goes,
right?
I don't think Marlon's going to put out any juicy tidbits about what's going on, but who knows?
Right.
I'm pretty sure he knows a lot of things, but is he going to speak on it? Right. And again, I didn't think it was Katt Williams' business to speak on a lot of things he spoke on.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people, I think we've seen a lot of people kind of come out and say they felt that way. But when we're just talking about like just the platforms, it does to me feel like a little bit of jealousy or like hurt, because even if you didn't agree with Marlon's price, I just didn't think that was right for you to like bring it into an interview and like, oh, I'm going to break the news here for the first time ever. Like, to me, that was just tacky. It's like, if you didn't agree with the price, cool, move on. Like, Vlad, just as you're saying like, oh, well, Marlon's is not Katt Williams, where Vlad, we can compare you to a lot of people that you're not. Yeah. Where people, you'll never get a Katt Williams.
It sounds like you got an issue with Vlad. What's going on?
I do. I mean, I have an issue with the platform. I personally don't watch it. But for example,
okay, let me ask you something. He offered you the $40,000.
Absolutely not.
You wouldn't go on Vlad TV for $40,000.
My piece is more important than any amount of money. You
can buy a lot of pieces for $40,000.
No, not that. You can't buy that piece. That piece in my heart and soul is more important, because you heard Aries say,
Vlad, I'll go on there for $40,000.
Well,
you can buy me. Shit.
Because Aries did say, Aries looked to the camera and was like, I'm gonna be bigger and not say anything. Yeah. And then Vlad was like, well, I'm not. Like, to me, it's just, I don't know. To me, I'm just not that type of person to where if you're trying to grow and be bigger and you don't want to talk about something, cool, let's move on. Because it has nothing to do with Aries anyway. If this was like, him pushing in as a journalist to ask more about Aries, I would absolutely understand that. But like you said, you're talking about another black man that has nothing to do with this black man. Like, what are we doing?
Well, Symphony, I have to agree as much as I don't want to. I have to agree with Sean on this. No, let me say this. I would take that 40 grand, get on that interview, and come to Jesus on his ass. I wouldn't talk about nobody black. I talk about the goodness of God and everything, and of course Regina King. I wouldn't talk about nothing you want to talk about, Vlad. You would be mad at me, but I have my 40 grand and Regina King. Yeah, hook me up.
I mean, you gotta say there's been a lot of interviews where he's tried to get stuff out of people, and they just stand there and look at it.
Absolutely, I have seen some of those. But it takes a strong-willed person that knows, like, I'm not gonna be. You're not gonna say anything that's gonna tip me into it.
Yeah, because it's been, and there's also been a lot of people on his show that have given up some information about themselves that they shouldn't even been talking about on camera.
I believe Sean to do that. Sean to tell everything on himself.
That time I stole out of Walmart.
Everything.
All right, so
I ate the grapes.
You too, Steve. Steve, you know what? You're the troublemaker.
What?
You're the troublemaker, but I'm gonna keep us going. Now, you mentioned, and both of you have agreed that if it's a bullcrap quote, him just saying like, "Oh, I'm just throwing a number just to see if you're gonna bite because I don't really want to do it." Do you think that was a smart career move on Marlon, being that a lot of people do associate Vlad with negativity and things like that? Do you think it was a smart career move for Marlon not to?
Honestly, I think it was a smart career move because honestly, Marlon don't need Vlad. Vlad need Marlon. You know what I'm saying? And Marlon, again, is a comedy goat. His family is. He comes from comedy royalty. So, the thing is, if Vlad offered him this money and he turned Vlad down, other people who want to interview him, they already know what time it is.
Right.
He's prepping them for the price that he's about to give. Yeah. So and I honestly, as much as he knows, I think personally, and him being in Hollywood that long, you can't tell me that man don't know a lot of Hollywood secrets and all this stuff. The thing is, I just want him to, if he does do it, leave my name out of it.
I thought you was going to say something about Regina Hall. What are your thoughts? Do you think it was
I think doing a Vlad interview for Marlon Wayans may actually be a step back in his career.
Yeah.
Like exactly. First of all, I don't remember the numbers, but I saw the numbers, like what each Wayans was worth. I think Marlon was maybe $50 million or something like what?
Sheesh.
What? It's a lot.
That's a lot.
He's worth a lot of money. So what would the $40,000 gonna do? And if I'm gonna spill some beans,
and it's $40 million, yeah.
Why $40 million?
Oh, well, Sean, let me ask you.
Why would I go on Vlad? If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it on a bigger platform.
Well, let me ask you this: since you saying all this, how much you think I'm worth?
Steve is a troublemaker.
I think $30 in an extra bucket hat.
Steve, you okay? It's okay, Steve. It's all right. It's okay. I appreciate. No, I appreciate you both for Steve. Come back, Steve. Regina.
How much am I worth, Steve?
Huh?
How much would I be worth?
Absolutely nothing. For saying that remark, that stupid remark.
No, but I appreciate you both for chiming in on this topic. What I do think, and I hope I do want people to put more respect on the Wayans.
Exactly.
Like, to me, it just baffles my mind to hear, and I think they end up talking about like Shawn Wayans as well, like what they've done for the comedy culture. Like those things matter, and it just bothers me so much when people go on platforms and just talk like that. Like it's just like, come on, man. But it's the Wayans brothers. So yeah, but and sister, they do have a sister as well. So just the Wayans family.
You know something though? So. But if In Living Color ever comes back to TV, I just feel in my heart that I'm going to be on it, and Sean is not.
I appreciate you both for chiming in on this topic. We're going to close out, but I'm going to let you know how I know you're not going to be on there. I saw a video this past weekend where you were getting dressed to go see The Future.
No.
Tell me a little bit, how did it go? How was the concert? And then what do you have coming up, and how can people follow you? Because as a matter of fact, I want production to roll. I'm going to send in a video. Go ahead, let's roll the camera as he's talking about how the time went. Because I saw you get dressed to go see The Future for his program.
I went to the program. Mm-hmm. I went with my guy Z. I met them down there. Z and them was a little bit too far down there in the crowd. I didn't want to get down there because I had to leave a little early because Charles had a fish fry at the American Legion, and we didn't want to miss that. But I did put on I put on for my city. I put on a nice little outfit. and I went down there to the show.
You put on for your City Stock Bridge.
What do you have coming up, and how can people follow you?
This weekend, I'm at the Uptown Comedy Corner, man. Y'all get your tickets. It's going to be absolutely crazy. Go to uptowncomedy.net and get them. 5 shows, 2 Friday, 2 Saturday, 1 Sunday. Also, y'all can follow me on Instagram, Comic Steve Brown, and on my Comedian Steve Brown fan page, Comedian Steve Brown fan page on Facebook. And check me, my guy Sean Larkin, Baldhead, and of course, Marvin Hunter, of course, out on our podcast, the Yeah We Talk Like This podcast. It's phenomenal, man. And of course, you can see me Monday through Wednesday right here with Symphony, looking good.
And your show is right here in Atlanta, so for all our Atlanta family, you can come out this weekend to see the funny old man at this point. You forget names, and you need backup and help. Sean, you helping them out. Sean, what do you have coming up? And of course, how can people follow you?
Right now, I'm getting my moves ready for the 2028 Olympics. I'm gonna be in the breakdance competition.
Whoa, y'all really showing out. You giving me very breakdance.
Sean, what's that
sound? So get ready, LA 2028. This is your boy.
And how can people follow you?
Sean Larkins. You can follow me on Instagram, SEAN_Larkins. I've got Carnival Cruises coming up for the next couple of weeks. I will be in the DR doing a big show in DR at the end of the month. So yeah, look out for that.
Everybody else winning gold medals. You winning just a candy necklace.
As always, I appreciate y'all for chiming in on this topic. But you heard from us. Now we want to hear from you in the comments below. What are your thoughts about VladTV shaming Marlon Wayans for his interview request? For Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony Thompson.
I want Regina
Start
Hall.
ending like That's
That shit's awful.